are choosing not to identify as feminist.
Shout out to FBE Capital for this video. Link in the description section.
Why has the word become such an uncomfortable one?
Feminism is teaching young women this victimhood mentality and letting it define everything that they do.
I find that a lot of feminist ideology and thought today feels more of like a supremacist movement.
In my opinion, I feel like feminism has morphed into something that I hate, and it takes away everything that makes us feminine and beautiful.
It's all rooted in bitter woman, if I'm really being honest. It's not coming from a happy place.
Being a modern working woman actually made me angry and resentful to men and to my family and to my husband.
The only men that feminists like are men dressing as women.
Day 61 of being a girl.
Really reversing what the other waves of feminism fought to do.
A biological male has been named Woman of the Year.
Only in 2023 feminism would a man win an award for International Women's Day.
A biological male is making tens of thousands of dollars being the face of womanhood.
As amazing as Billie Jean King, Megan Rapinoe, these are feminists who fought for women's rights. But now both of these women, they're actively working to undermine everything they once fought for.
A biological male took home the award for Best Actress at the Golden Globes. Are we really still trying to make the case that feminism supports women?
So I started to see all these lies and these myths as actually being abusive to women and girls.
Yeah, I am pissed that this nuanced fourth wave of feminism has said that men can be women.
It was all a lie. Being a modern working woman actually made me angry, lonely, and miserable.
The moment men started going their own way, these women started realizing that this fourth wave of feminism is not working out for them. It's working against them. It's not there to help women. It's just few people that are pushing all these ideologies that how things should be done. And most or the majority of the women are affected by the fourth wave of feminism, because those are the people that are interested in men, and those are the people that want men in their lives, and men are going their own way, so they are not having it.
Rights is something that is so far behind human rights.
It's about women being able to make the same choices for themselves that men have always been able to make.
Yeah, it's not. Because when you ask the average woman what she thinks about feminism, she doesn't only agree that feminism has spiraled out of control.
Feminism has gone too far.
Yes, I'm so old, I definitely think that.
Yeah, why?
Well, it's excessive, completely excessive.
But a lot of women actually go one step further, and they claim that it's now doing more harm than good.
This movement claims to be fighting for equality, but in reality, it's actually hurting women.
And actually, I think it's doing more harm than good.
Modern day feminism is a pill that you take from the pharmacy that causes an array of 100 different negative side effects that you choose to ignore.
So clearly, modern feminism is having a massive problem when it can't even convince women to join the movement. But that is just a start, since the problems for modern feminism are about to get a lot worse.
The future isn't female anymore. Young people especially were turning against the movement.
So why is feminism dying, and why are so many women rejecting it, especially since we know that women aren't exactly becoming conservative traditional wives?
Spit in my mouth.
Is this real life?
What was that?
You a super freak?
Maybe.
Yeah, totally wifey material. Please drop a like on the video if you think that modern feminism is making women undateable, and comment down below what you think. In fact, according to recent studies, younger women are becoming increasingly more liberal, while younger men are becoming more conservative. Now, feminists see this as a major win. However, I like to argue that this is exactly the reason why feminism will die. Since, ironically, feminists don't seem to get that in order for a women's movement to actually exist and thrive, you need one crucial element, which is women, as in a constant supply of new women. So that means that you need to start making a lot of babies, and that is exactly what this new generation of feminists is heavily against.
I think it's not a need for women anymore. We don't need to have children. We find that our own happiness is more important, our own mental health is more important.
I'm child-free. I'm 38 and not wanting kids. It's so interesting to me.
I could have married a lot of the people that I've dated.
Anyways, all of this begs the question, why would feminists steer women towards this path of misery if it doesn't lead to happiness at all, and if it's not even serving women's own interests? Well, that all comes down to a dirty little secret, which is that equality between men and women was never really the main goal of feminism, but it was simply a byproduct of wanting to free women from the so-called slavery bonds of the family unit. Now mind you, this is not some radical opinion from
Another reason why women would steer other women to child-free and singleness and miserable life would be because unhappy single women or divorced women want other women to be like them. They don't want to be alone in the woods. They want other women to join them in the woods. They want to turn the negative into a positive, and mostly these are the ones that are peddling or influencing most of the people that are pushing all these ideologies and the fourth wave feminism are unhappy women that don't have a man in their lives, and they feel other women should go through what they're going through or feel accepted.
Man who criticizes feminism, it is the actual fundamental belief from the grandmother of feminism, Simone de Beauvoir.
Comme par-dessus le marché, je n'avais pas voulu ni me marier, ni avoir d'enfants, que j'avais donc pas amené une vie d'intérieur, ce qui est la chose la plus écrasante dans la condition féminine, j'avais échappé aux servitudes de la condition féminine.
Not only did she write the feminist Bible called The Second Sex, but she actually spent a lot of time stressing the fact that women need to be freed from men and the bonds of slavish servitude of homemaking and raising a family. Now yes, I agree that in 1949's France, when she wrote her book, that yes, homemaking and raising kids back then wasn't exactly a fun time, since Big Daddy H just threw the worst party in European history. However, when we look at motherhood and homemaking in 2024, being a stay-at-home mom is a totally different world, and raising a kid with the help of modern technology is a hell of a lot easier. So when you keep bringing up these ancient and really just archaic feminist fundamentals to women who live in the 21st century and are educated, have bank accounts, and are able to spend time on their hobbies while raising a family, then it just doesn't align with reality, and there's no point to modern feminism.
The solutions that modern feminism proposes don't have much to say to the crises that a lot of young women feel like they're facing.
I just don't, I'm going to be honest, I don't really see the purpose in modern feminism right now. It doesn't really seem to be achieving anything or progressing in any way.
Nowadays, I feel like feminism has become this women versus men debacle.
However, with the massive rise of parents who are homeschooling or pulling their kids out of ridiculous woke schools, it's going to be quite difficult for feminists to indoctrinate children that they don't have access to. And secondly is the fact that many women are already living very liberated lives, where they're able to do exactly what they want, and that they're not feeling oppressed at all.
This word patriarchy, it does not make any sense to me. Women are not oppressed in America.
For these women, the classic feminist propaganda is completely useless, especially when those women also want to have a family. So these two forces are already more than enough to slowly drain the life out of modern feminism. But ironically, it's again feminists themselves who are accelerating this process by injecting 100 different topics and causes into feminism, thereby generating new forms of feminism every 5 seconds, basically creating feminism diarrhea.
What is TERF feminism? You're a Eurocentric feminist. Trend-based feminism, pretty privileged feminism, liberal feminism.
Guys, thanks for watching, and shout out to FBE Capital for this video.